we talk to four-time world champion Davide Ongaro and find out how deep his desire to win goes.
€1 million to never touch an RC car again. Deal or no deal?
No, no deal.
We ask him the hard questions.
One driver you have had beef with on the track.
I don't know. Maybe no one. I don't know.
Okay, I think can ask. But anyway.
And the really hard questions.
Have you ever used a gyro?
Never. maybe 2018 World Championship.
Of course.
We delicately probe his levels of confidence.
Who is the best overall RC racer?
Probably me.
Wow. We hear how he takes the hits on home soil.
Do you think we'll have another F3 Euros at the Ongaro ring anytime soon? Or maybe you leave it?
Honestly, I hope no, because I never won there.
Oh no, he's run out of fuel! He's run out of fuel!
We find out his non-RC career options.
What job do you think you would be doing now if RC wasn't your career?
I study cooking, so maybe a chef, I don't know.
Really?
Really?
And his RC racing ambitions.
I prefer to don't win a Euro and the same year win the World Championship. So.
It'd be nice to have a Euros. Try harder though.
Race faster. Race faster. That's all you have to do.
I will try to don't flame out again.
Hello!
Hello!
Hello, and welcome to another edition of the RC Racing TV podcast. Can anyone guess who's on the show today?
Yeah, it might be this guy.
It might be this guy. Biggest name in RC. That's all. Just probably the biggest guy out there now. Thanks for the photo, Circus RC.
Yeah, good job, Chris.
Let's, without further ado, should we bring in
Let's just do it.
four-time IFMAR world champion, Mr. Davide Ongaro.
There he is.
There he is.
Ciao, buongiorno.
Ciao, guys. Ciao, buongiorno.
How's it going? How are you doing?
Yeah, it's good. It's cold here in Italy, but everything is fine. We had some time for relax, and then now we have another race next weekend. But yeah, everything is okay.
Where are you? Is this at the Ongaro ring, or is this at your house, or where is this?
No. I mean, I wish I could be at the Ongaro ring and want to make this at the track, but no. Now here we are in my house. I mean, in the, let's say, garage, but we make it like a small shops where we can make all the cars, build cars and stuff. So Here is my place.
Where are the trophies? Where are the worlds? Where are all the trophies kept?
Upstairs.
Okay.
You have a whole room for those trophies.
Yeah.
Very cool. So how many cars do you have like prepped and like close to ready to go at any one time?
I mean, now 2 Nitro, 1 e-buggy, and 2 Truggies, but I just used in USA last year, so they're new. Only one race. But I mean, I will keep them for next year, that I will go to US 1 or 2 races.
And where does do you keep all your Ong brand stuff, your ONG brand? Is that
at the truck?
Okay.
Yeah, we have let's say a small. We have a container out there that we make it inside with the parts divided and stuff for the shop, and here I have all my parts for the cars and so on.
That's very nice.
Very cool.
Very nice. How is the how is the brand going in the shop and growing that side of the business?
Honestly, so far so good. I mean, after the wars, of course, we had more sales, but we are happy how we are working. Of course, we have to improve because it's just 2 years that we start working on it. But I think every year we have to work on something new and improve. But yes, we are happy so far.
The Podfast is a 1-minute podcast where I just give you quick-fire questions. You can say pass if you want to pass, but if you pass on the question, then we'll ask about it later. Is that okay with you? Just quick questions, first thing that comes into your head.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Ready, set, go.
Welcome to the Podfast, Davide Ongaro. Which Worlds win was the best? 2018, 2022, or 2024?
2018.
Okay, €1 million to never touch an RC car again. Deal or no deal?
No deal.
Oh, wow. Who is the greatest overall RC racer of all time?
For me, Robert Battle.
Wow. Okay. Name one driver you've ever had beef with on the track.
Never or ever?
Ever. One driver you have had beef with on the track.
What do you mean beef? I don't know.
Beef,
Like
as in argument on
Yeah.
the track.
Ever. I don't know. Maybe no one. I don't know.
Okay, I think Canas. But anyway, DNC or Reds GP?
Rest GP.
Okay, racing in USA or Asia?
Asia.
Have you ever used a gyro?
Never. Maybe 2018 World Championship.
Of course.
15 seconds.
Will you ever not drive for Team Associated?
No, what do you mean? Sorry, what?
Will you always drive for Team Associated?
I hope so, yes.
Okay, cool. And last question, who is the best overall RC racer right now in 2024?
Probably me.
Boom. Fantastic.
Good
I
last
enjoyed
question,
that. That
yeah.
was very good. Good answers. I love that.
Yeah, interesting.
I love that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. So, we are talking to European drivers, and obviously you're Italian, you're a European driver, and you've won in Australia, you've won the Worlds in America, you've won the Worlds twice in Europe. Which is the hardest place for you to perform? Was it in the USA on the 1/10th?
Speaking about the place. So the place was Spain because, like you said, we went there twice. So if you win the first time, it's even harder to win the second time. So be competitive at the same place. But competition, I will say, like you said, 110 awards in America because I just raced 110 probably 3 times or 4 times in a year, and it was difficult for me. But we are a great team, and with the help of everyone from Team Associated, I was there, and I was competitive also at the beginning of the qualifying. But then, yes, the result was amazing for me because it was the second race of the year, and I won the World Championship. So yeah, I will say that one for sure.
I think I'm correct that you're the only 3-peat world champion. I think across all of the IFMAR.
3 in a row.
Yeah, 3 in a row.
In 1/8, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, does that record mean anything to you, or is it just like, oh, it's just another trophy, it's just another win, and I'll have another race in a couple weeks?
It means, of course, because to be the only one to make this let's say record is amazing. But we always say here in my family, now start the hardest part because you have to be there and stay there, and it's even harder. It's hard to reach that goal, but even harder to maintain that level, So now start again.
Family must be really important to you because we always see you with your dad at the track. A lot of the races your dad comes to, and we've seen you racing all around the world. Sometimes your mum, I think, came to Australia, and obviously when we were in Italy, we see your mum as well. Is that really important? Is it better when your dad comes to races as well?
Yeah, I feel like I'm more, let's say, calm because I have him with me. But like you guys say, so at the Euros I had Richard, and Richard was good with me. But having my dad is always means something a little bit more for me when he's, and also with my mom, of course.
Yeah. Do you ever fight with your dad about setups or track? You always seem very calm.
Yeah, not really. We had the let's say the clear ideas. If I see something on the car and he see the same, we can just work on the car and rent it. let's say fight. No, I mean we just try to improve our car when we are at the tracks, and I mean sometimes I made mistakes and sometimes he made mistakes, but I mean it's part of racing. So
I think what we see, when it goes badly for you, sometimes it, doesn't always go your way, and when things go wrong, we see like the true Ongaro spirit come out when it goes badly, because your attitude as a sportsman is always like on point. Like you take the losses as well as you take the wins. Like it's really nice to
correct.
see.
And
It's such a good example.
I think he may have just gone too far on one side as far as the loop was concerned. Oh no, he's run out of fuel. He's run out of fuel. Oh, no. And Ongaro is out of fuel and therefore out of the race. He's out of... They didn't run him over the... No, he's missing as well. Oh, no. In the back to restart, Ongaro has gone.
Yeah, maybe... for example, let's say the Euros in my track this year, and like 2-3 years ago, same. So, I mean, I always take. Of course, I was a bit disappointed because he was in my home track, and this time I think I could fight for the win. But I mean, it happens. I have to take what it is and try to work from the next race. And it was, I think, the Italian national the week after. Or 2 weeks after, and I won it. So I mean, it happens, and you have to take what it is at that moment. So,
do you think we'll have another F3 Euros at the Ongaro ring anytime soon, or maybe you leave there?
Honestly, I hope no, because I never won there. I mean, for the staff of the track and for my dad, yeah, I hope so to have another one. Maybe Worlds or Euros. I don't know.
Yeah, it's such an awesome facility. And you worked with Miguelo and Laura from Buggyland, right? For the rework of the track for this year.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you done that before?
No, it was the first time, but I mean, we tried to ask him also for the 2019 Euros, but it was busy with the Buggyland preps and stuff. So I say, okay, next time we will ask to you. And this year it was, I think, amazing. I mean, he's the best of that work on his job. And I saw now on Facebook that the guy from Gusago that will have the Euro B posted that Miguel will make the track there. So will be amazing also there, and I think he's the best one. He and Laura are the greatest of making trucks and build trucks. You can see Buggyland is amazing every year.
Yeah, and then you imagine Buggyland going to Harper Adams in the Neo Buggy shed.
Yeah,
which seems like in 2026 that's going to happen. I think that'd be amazing.
I hope so. Yeah, really looking forward to it. I mean. Yeah, I think Harper Adams is an amazing facility, but the atmosphere that is inside there, you can never have it outside. I mean, it's indoor, it's different facilities from the other tracks, and also with the Miguel Sand, building that track will be even better for sure.
Yeah, was that one of your first big wins?
Probably the first big win with Associated.
Yeah, that was was a
no wing,
spectacular win with no wing on the back of the car.
Yeah, it was a bit hard, but I mean, I was like super focused on the race. I didn't find any difference with the wing or without wing. So.
Who needs wings? You should have been sponsored by Red Bull after that.
Yeah.
Do you ever go back and watch any of these big race wins that you've done, or do you is it like some actors just can't stand watching themselves on screen in their movies?
Yeah, sometimes we watch. I mean, here at home we watch my races together, and I mean, I always start with because I have like a sequence, So I always start with the 2018 Worlds. Right. And then I go to 2022, and then I go back to Neo Buggy and Philippine Master, the first one.
Yeah.
And then then the two Worlds, and then sometimes the RCGP series that was nice also.
Very nice. Yeah.
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 Wow. So you have like a playlist in YouTube saved up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Every evening round the Ongaros.
Now, you mentioned Gusaga, you mentioned RCGP there. I suppose for those of us who were there and everyone who was watching, I suppose maybe famously we had a little bit of beef there. We were talking about with Canas, we mentioned earlier.
I mean, it was something happened at that race, but after that race, I mean, we are a good, let's say, good friends because we never had any fight on the track. There, I mean, happened close the let's book and then restart, So yeah, it was not fun at that race for me. But anyway, we had a great final together.
Yeah.
We arrived, I think, 1 second after war or something like that.
Yeah.
And he won in Italy, so it was great. But I mean, after that race, we were okay. No
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting because I don't know about you, but I'm big into MotoGP, and we've had Rossi and Lorenzo. Yeah. The last couple of years we've had Bagnaia and Martin, and it seems like sometimes there's this like at the top level of the motorsport scale or otherwise. There's Italian and Spanish or like head to head, and it was like you two guys, But I mean, Canas has had a couple of good years with the Euros now, and so I mean, what are you hoping to make sure he doesn't make it 3 in a row next year? I assume the answer is going to be yes.
I mean, I always say if the driver on that let's say on that day will win the race. So we can't say now. Maybe some other driver can win, but I will be prepared and give my best to win a nitro class that I never won.
Of course.
There was many days during the Worlds in Redovan where you could say Canas was the favorite. Maybe I think a lot of people thought Canas was going to take it, and you kind of stayed in the kind of quieter area and let him take that kind of spotlight, and then just final came along and you just took it very, very dominantly, and there was no question you were obviously the fastest person on that track. How much do you think tires played into that?
For sure, a lot, because the wear of the tire was really high for everyone, but also for us. But we work all the year with Matrix to make a tire that lasts for 1 hour or more. So I really test a lot with them, and I mean, it was a bad show at the beginning of the World with this kind of
Tiregate
things about tires and stuff, which I didn't like, but I try to stay out from that and try to focus on the race. And we test a lot on the qualifying, also because we don't have such a lot of time for free practice. Like at the World Euros, we don't have a lot of time for testing. And I went there testing like 2 months before, but the track was completely different. So it wasn't good for me. But then we used the qualifying, the seedings for testing, and we arrived to a compromise on the last qualifying. And we say, okay, now we have to wait that the tires start to work like we want, and then from the final, the tire were amazing. So yeah, for sure, tires played a big role on the final for sure.
Whilst that whole drama was going off, were you kind of trying to ignore it, or did you feel like we've worked so hard on these tires to make them right? Like, did you have strong views about it, or did you just want it to kind of ignore it?
No, I mean, I was sad because we are super close friends with Christian, the owner. So, I mean, heard some things and seen some videos on Facebook. It was, I mean, I was same, but after that, I just try to say, okay, to ignore everyone. And also because it was like that they make this, for me, but it wasn't for me. It was just a question to make the rule right. Mm-hmm. And I try to ignore them and do my stuff.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on? I mean, obviously this year we've seen EFRA go to the 40+ buggy Euros, went to a control tire, and next year it's the B Euros, I think, are doing
kind
it as well.
of a control tire.
Yeah. So I mean, what are your thoughts on everybody? You know, level playing field. You know, everyone's on the same tires. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. Honestly, I like it because the EOS that I went to Germany for 110 is okay because you just go there, bring tires, and you have, let's say, one less problem because tires are the same for everyone. But on the other side, maybe it's not good because the company stopped the develop of the tire, so we just need let's say a set for that track and that's it, you know. So also the competition between, let's say now Matrix, Hot Race, J Concept, maybe it will stop if this happen, you know.
Yeah.
Because no one can. If we are better, then Hot Race or J Concept start to make them better than us. So and then, you know, it's like let's say it will stop the competition between the companies for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I think it's really good to have that competition there. And also when you have a control tire, they tend to not invest as much in the drivers and in the media as well, because with a control tire, why should we do anything?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
So I mean it's for the 40 plus or let's say Euro B and stuff. Maybe it will be better or worse, I don't know, but we will see next year. But for me, no, I don't like it.
Okay.
Now we were talking earlier about two-wheel drive, and obviously we kind of noticed that you weren't in Sweden this year for the carpet Euros. Is that? I mean, why was that? I assumed it was because you're not used to running on carpet, but then you know it's.
No, my plan was to go there, but Christian from Matrix got married the same weekend, so I couldn't miss it.
All the tire guys got married this year.
Yeah.
Nicola and wow, it was a big year for the tire companies across Italy.
I just assumed you took some time off.
So the plan was to go there, and I always start with my goal for 110 is always to make the A main. I mean, EOS, Euros, and stuff is always to make the A main, because without practice, for me, A main is like a win, let's say. But then when Christian told me, oh, you know that, you remember that I will get married the same date? I say, really? I say, yes. Okay, so I will skip the Euro and there we go. I will come to Euro.
But when you like say that and you phone up Associated, I'm going to a wedding, I'm not going to race. Are they like,
no, I mean,
dude, we need you to race?
I spoke with Brent mainly for that race, for that event, but I can understand. I mean, it's not also my, let's say, main discipline. So I say, okay, let's go for next year. No problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
also because it was the week after the Worth, so it was like, let's say, I don't know, present for me. He wasn't angry.
That's all right then. Yeah, I mean, you deserve a break. You know, all right. We'll give you that one.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
I guess because you talk about racing on carpet, you'll be defending your world championship in four-wheel drive in Australia, I guess, on dirt. So you're going to be doing a lot of practice. How can you practice for that? You're going to be running around the Ongaro ring with a 10th buggy.
I will go to the warm-up for sure. And start to get used again to 110, and maybe I will cut my track and make it smaller.
Maybe will you plan to spend more time in America? Because I guess you'll be looking towards that world as well.
Yeah, I mean, I will go there for one big race or two. I don't know now, but for sure maybe Silver State or AMS, one of two, or maybe both. I don't know, but for sure I will go there for one race.
I don't know if you saw on Lefty's podcast, he talked to Ryan Mayfield, and Ryan Mayfield said I don't think Davide needs to race in America. He was just like, nah, he doesn't need to come here.
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, it's for my I want to improve also on their let's say surface.
Yeah.
Because okay, we are good. We are good on this condition, and I think this year Canas won there. But I never been there, so I can't know how good I am on bumpy tracks. So you have to go there, learn, and start from there.
Yeah, you want to find out how good you are on that surface. The Americans don't want you to find out how good you are on that circuit.
I mean, I want to go there, so we will see. Also, because the Worlds, I think in 2 years we'll be in US, so maybe
Yeah.
I don't know if bumpy, flat, I don't know which
Yeah.
track, but we have to be ready for all conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to ask you, you changed, I don't know if it was between 2022 and 24 or if it was before 22, but you changed mechanic, right? You worked with Ricardo Verando. Is that right?
Yeah.
You changed mechanic?
Yeah, because no, I mean, let's say he didn't stop helping me because he found let's say a better solution at that time, and like he helped Elliot for 1 or 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, the first 2-3 months when I was racing and I saw him helping Elliot, it was a bit frustrating for me.
Well, yeah,
But
imagine.
then I say, okay, I have to stay with my dad and focus on myself and my dad. And then after we won a race, from there we were like super free in my mind. And then after he stopped with Elliot, he went to work for Matrix, and then I go to Matrix, and now he's not helping me, but he's working for Matrix, so we are working together again,
Got you.
not as a mechanic. Yeah, he's my dad. My dad is the main right now.
Yeah. So it's always been a good relationship, even when you kind of
Yeah,
split.
for sure. Yeah, it's still good. I mean, now it's work, so we are friends and we are working together. But I mean, Nuno is helping me sometimes with 110, and also with my dad doing the fuel stop, in Spain. So yeah, but now my dad is the main mechanic.
Got you.
Now we were
Yes.
talking about you heading over to the U.S. and Ryan and stuff like that. Now, this is kind of a common topic, and it's we bring it up a bit, but because it's like kind of like in our faces that Europe is such a strong contender for everything. I mean, all of the World Championships that were run this year are owned by Europeans, and I think all but one of the WCs last year are currently held by Europeans. So what do you think? What do you think is the reason for that?
Honestly, yeah, I saw it, but I think maybe we are stronger because our, let's say, dedication on testing and stuff is a little bit big now compared to them. When I was kid, I look always to the Americans because they were the top drivers, always Americans. So I think now let's say the parts are opposite. So
Yeah.
Europe now is a bit stronger than US. And also, like I said before, we had Elliot won the DNC, Juan Carlos won the Silver State, so we dominate also there. So I think now is about the dedication, the effort we put on it, and also because maybe we had also less 110 compared to them. They also focus on 110, so maybe we are more prepared on 18. But anyway, we are stronger right now, so
Yeah.
that's important.
They also do a lot of different classes of
Yeah.
off-road, even just within off-road. Not even talking about on-road. There's there's short course and there's dirt
a
oval
lot.
and there's all sorts of stuff. So have you? I mean, obviously last year we talked to you in Croatia at the GT8 and GTE Euros.
Yeah.
You're running a genius car there. You're shaking your head. You weren't a fan of it because there weren't enough jumps on the track.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was. I mean, the let's say the first 2 days were good, but then I mean, I always say you can be the best driver in the world, but if you are not prepared on a specific discipline, you are no one. So, I mean, we weren't prepared with engines, with setup, and
You kind of it kind of
Just-
seemed that you were just invited by the genius guys and just
we
to
are
come.
we are he lives here, like, I mean 10 minutes from here, so we
Oh,
are
okay.
super friends. And he said to me, okay, come to have a different week. But it was in some way good and in some way super bad.
So I mean, apart from obviously you're the reigning king of 1/8 nitro buggy, you're not too bad in electric buggy. Current
No.
European champion,
E-buggy, yeah.
E-buggy.
Yeah.
And are there any other classes that interest you at all, or that you've tried during the years? I mean, have you ever tried like pan car or touring car or anything like that?
No, honestly, no. I'm not a big fan of on road. Honestly, I mean, I like to. I want to try the 1/8 IC truck. Honestly, because
Yeah.
it's really interesting me. And I have a bet with the let's say a bet. Yes, a bet with Dario because
Okay.
I gave him my 1/8 nitro buggy for a weekend, and he tested for 2 days my car, and I said,
Wow.
okay, if you beat that best lap, okay, no problem. If you don't beat, I have your car for 1 weekend, and then he didn't beat it, so I have to go there and test it. It will be
Wow,
fun for sure.
that is cool.
That would we have to be there for that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but the other, no. I mean, I don't like punk cars. I mean, I never tried them, so maybe I can't say it now, but we'll see in the future.
Yeah, yeah.
Too many races right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been a busy guy all during the year. We talked to you
Yeah.
during the B Euros, and you were telling us what your schedule was like. What has, just as a, I mean, the last month, for example, what have you been doing the last month, as far as your race and prep schedule?
I mean, you mean my races the last month?
Yeah. I mean, just to tell people, like what you're up to, sort of.
So, I mean, I can start not the weekend after the Worlds because it was wedding, but I mean, after that one, I had National Nitro, 1 weekend, National E-Buggy, Race GP, Buggyland, and the last round of National, the other one of E-Buggy, and that's it. So 6 weekends.
Wow. I mean, the nationals are, I mean, to be honest, I'll be honest, I don't even know who's top in the UK national scene, or not to mention German, Spanish, or probably. But I mean, the national race. My point is the national races are pretty important for all the European, for every country.
Yes.
But you're going to a big Italian race, and then 2 major races, and then another Italian nationals race. I mean, these aren't these aren't club races. Is my point. These are pretty important.
Exactly. Yeah. Also because we can see here in Italy, we have a Race GP or Italian race, and we are like 200 people, and then you go the weekend after to the national, and we are like 55, 60 people, and say,
Really?
Why? I mean, the level in Italy is super high, and why we are really low drivers? I don't know. Not so many. So I mean, right now, and it's a big discussion here in Italy. Right now, let's say the big trophies, has more drivers compared to a national here in Italy. I don't know if in the other countries is the same, but
is that also because
yes.
you have foreign racers coming in from outside of Italy to those big races?
Correct.
Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of a natural thing, I think. But yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a very valid concern for all of the RC federations and clubs, and sort of the grassroots, the starter level of our hobby, to bring in new blood and stuff like that. But on that note, apart from David Todd, who are some, because he just won the B Euros, I think.
Yeah.
Who's some up and coming racers that you kind of maybe in the next few years you're going to have to look out for? Do you think?
It's a difficult question. I don't know. I mean, for sure, they already show somewhere Pariente's brother,
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
which are fast right now, but maybe they are not consistent, or maybe the preparation is still not so good. Let's say. But for sure they will be fast. I think some Spanish kids and some Italian also. I mean, Spain now. Some are from UK, the Licke brothers maybe,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
and
Loki's.
some Italians for sure. So I mean, we had Trevisan, other guys that already raced the Euro A semi-final and stuff. So I think the level is high. But I think that you have to be, because to be, let's say, best, you have to add a really fast a new track. I mean, I want to say that the Italians are super fast. A lot of Italians kids are super fast here in Italy. But I don't want to speak bad about them. I just want to say that in Italy they are super fast, and if we go outside, they take 2-3 days, to get used to the track. Let's say the
Yeah.
Worlds in Spain.
Yeah.
But if you go to a race like the Worlds or the Euros, where the track is new for everyone, you have to try to be fast. Let's say the first or the second day already, because like I said before, you don't have time to test.
Yeah.
So that's why the preparation at home is super important. You have to
Very
know
interesting.
everything about your car. So you go there and okay, the track is like this. I can start with this base and then start work on it, but I know that this base will work on that track. Because if you start losing time with changing stuff and you don't know what to change, it will be a mess for all the week.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are a lot of targets, especially here in Italy. The level is super high. Every national we are like super close, and also with me, Ricky, Marco, Alex, a lot, Mattia. We had Canas and other drivers on Italian final of the national, and we are like the Euros final. So every national for us is super important.
Yeah. We asked followers of RC Racing TV to send us some questions for you. My favorite one was no, my favorite one was from Aidan Burke, who said, "What do you tell your friends about your job? Like your friends from outside of RC, who maybe you went to school with or grew up with. Like, what do they think of your job?"
I mean, I just say to them that I race RC car and it's my job. So they understand. At the beginning of the school, it was a bit difficult to explain, because they always say, "Oh, but how much cost? Is expensive? Is cheap? How fast the car go?" So let's say simply question, but after that they understand that I'm racing with RC car. It's my job, so it wasn't so bad. Let's say.
Okay.
They understand completely.
If you weren't doing RC, what job do you think you would be doing now if RC wasn't your career?
I study cooking, so maybe a chef. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're into my portion of the podcast.
And on that subject, Patrick from EOS said pasta or pizza?
Yeah. Pasta.
Pasta.
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What is your Amilcar RC? What is your track preference? High grip, low grip, or loose tracks?
For my driving style, I would say low grip, but right now we can't find any track with low grip, so with medium high grip. So for me, low grip, of course, but racing on high grip is super nice. I mean, like Radovan, Portugal, my track, it was amazing to drive on it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
I mean, that brings up an interesting topic that always. I mean, we've seen it mentioned on some of our broadcasts about some people say this isn't on road or this isn't off road. This is just really high grip, with a bit of jumps. So I mean, you were saying you prefer a bit low grip. So you mean like with like dirt coming off the back tires, stuff like that, as you accelerate away, or
I mean, For me, for example, the track from Euro B in Spain, that was
Yep.
really low grip compared to the other track that we are used to. For me, it's a track that where you can learn a lot of things, because if you know how to gain grip on low grip track and you go to high grip track, you are, really in advantage compared to the others. And it's you can learn how to drive, how to brakes, how to make the corner better, how to have more corner speed. So I think on low grip track you learn more things. That's why I prefer them.
Do you think? I mean, we've seen a lot of tracks that have, I mean, literally, glued surfaces, stuff like that, and then once a pothole starts appearing, it develops and stuff like that over the weekend.
Yeah.
Do you think we might see an evolution of driver preference go back to loose and loamy type dirt surfaces?
I don't think so, because now we are all used to this kind of surface. So I think we will never go back to the, let's say, old school tracks. Instead,
Okay.
if you don't go to USA, that is really different compared to Europe right now.
There'll be a lot more cleaning as well.
Yes. Yeah. Also because they water the track every time.
Yeah.
So like Miguelo's truck, the Buggyland, he know how to make it, because he wet the truck in the morning. So the dirt is not with glue or sugar; it's just normal dirt. But maybe that kind of surface is better it's better for RC, because if you make this on my truck, it will be muddy for 2 days. If you wet the truck in the morning.
Yeah.
So it depends also on the country or where you go to race.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, do you got any more?
Just some. Let's see.
Oh, you have a book of.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I prepped for Yilis. It's literally, you can't see it because of the lighting, but it's a page full of questions.
Okay.
I just have some just sort of general questions, but so you were saying, I mean, well, you were mentioning actually the Italian Nationals off-road, you only get like 50 or 60 racers. What would be your suggestion, maybe, or if you were like dictator for a weekend, to bring in new drivers to clubs and get them interested and get them enrolled in the national series, or maybe even just regional series, because I know Italy's a very tall country, so you have it can be difficult to travel for a weekend. What would be your ideas to bring in new drivers, new blood into the hobby, and to make it a sport for them?
For sure the promotion, because if you know the guy from Model Morsi that the live with you Euros, if they are not the channel with us, from outside doesn't even know that the race is going. So promotion for sure. And I say to the federation, the last national, that we have to try to make a single race. I know that for some driver will be but for me a single race with all the races that we have now is better, because all the parents, all the family can take on weekend buggy and nitro, and in one weekend you are done with the national. So you have all the others weekend free. Because, for example, this year we had to travel for 3 of nitro and 1 for e-buggy. But we start from the south, middle, and then north of Italy. But the guys from south didn't come to the north, and us from the north go to the south. So we have to find a solution that we make a race, only one race, and maybe let's say this next year to the center of Italy, and then the year after on the north, and then the year after on the south. So maybe one race will be better for me. So I think it's the only way now to have more people, because there are so many races, and like I said before, people prefer to go to RCTV instead of the national, because there are so many, so tight together. So if you make a race, let's say in June of the national, okay, everyone go, e-buggy, nitro, plus 40, everything. So in 1 weekend it's done. Maybe the solution.
Is that some? Are you active in AMSHI? Do you go to the AMSHI AGM or?
Yeah, I always go to the I don't know how to say, to the meetings.
Yeah.
But yeah, they take the decision. So I just say my thought on it, but they always decide.
Awesome. Last question from me. If you could win one more big trophy in your career, only one more. I mean, that sounds crazy. I'm sure you'll win loads more. But if you could just have to choose one more thing to win, what would it be?
Another words.
And in what class? Nitro buggy.
Yeah. 1.8 nitro buggy.
Make it a 4 Pete.
Yeah, 4. That'll do.
I mean, I prefer to if the thing says to go like this, I prefer to don't win a Euro and the same year win the World Championship. So
it'd be nice to have a Euros. There's a F-shaped gap on your shelf in Nitro Buggy.
I don't know why. I don't know.
Does that really does that bother you, or are you're just past it?
No. I mean, I will try next year, like we say in Italy. You know?
Yeah, try harder though.
Race faster. Faster. That's all you have to do.
I will try to don't flame out again.
Amazing.
All right.
Thank you so much.
I think we'll leave it there then.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much, Davide.
Thanks, Davide. It's been awesome to have your time. Have a fantastic Christmas.
Thank you. Same to you and all your family, and we see you next year.
Amazing. See you next year.
Thank you.
All right.
Ciao.
See you, Davide.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Bye. Ciao.
That's it for this video, but don't forget to subscribe and check out the rest of our RC Racing video series. And don't forget, be an RCTV hero. Make sure to hit that join button and find out all the details about being an RCTV hero.